Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Today it's part one of the best of 2020 for us over 50 gals. That's coming up next. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Well, the end of the year is here and it's time for the best of 2020. This is part one in a 5-part series where I'll be going over all the best products that I used and loved throughout the year. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. As I mentioned, this is part one in a 5-part series where I'll be going over all my favorites from 2020. Today we're doing Complexion, which means foundation, concealer, blush, highlighter, and bronzer. I'll also be doing a segment on eyes, a segment on lips, one on skincare, and then wrapping up with my favorite lifestyle favorites. The way that I chose the products to be included in these videos is really what I would tell a friend if she was looking for something in that category. What would I suggest for someone who is just new or starting out, or really was looking for 1 or 2 products in a particular category that were products that you really just can't miss with? Of course, most of the products that I'll be talking about are drugstore products because, hey, this is me. However, there are a few high-end products thrown in here and there. As always, all products that I mentioned today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into part one of the best of 2020. The first category is foundations, and I have 3 foundations I want to share with you. When I'm thinking about my most used, most reliable, can't miss, blends in easy, looks terrific, my number 1 choice for 2020 is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. I do want to let you know that I am a L'Oreal ambassador. However, that doesn't have anything to do with the final selection. This truly is the foundation that I reach for when I want something that's quick and easy and makes my skin look great. This is just my go-to. When they say radiant serum, they're not kidding. This is a very, very light formula. It blends in so beautifully, looks terrific on my skin. And one of the things that I can say that I really love about this foundation is that it makes my skin look so much better. It has just the right amount of radiance so it doesn't accentuate the fine lines and wrinkles on my mature skin, but it does offer a little bit of that healthy glow. I just love this foundation. I haven't had a single day that I have worked with this foundation that I feel like it has failed me or not made my complexion look a whole lot better than it naturally is. For everyday ease of use and a beautiful formula goes to the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This one is in the color Nude Beige. My second foundation choice today is the Estée Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. This again is a beautiful formula and goes on so easily and so smoothly and never fails to make my over 50 skin look a whole lot better than it did before I put it on. This product comes in a nice pump tube, great packaging, and just feels really stable to me. This formula is a little bit more liquidy than the L'Oreal, and you can see that it has a slight radiance as well. This is my go-to foundation if I'm looking for a little bit more elegant or glamorous look. It just seems to wear longer and look better longer on my skin. Again, the formula is so beautiful. It's very, very hydrating. I don't look in the mirror after a few hours and find that it's breaking up or making my skin look older or drier. It's a beautiful enhancement to my natural skin texture and tone. This Estée Lauder Futurist has been a wonderful addition to my foundation collection. I really appreciate having a foundation with these qualities. I'm in the color Ecru. The last foundation is a new addition and I am so excited about it. I've been hearing so much about the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage from so many people about how great it was for a drugstore foundation. I recently ordered it in the color Sand Beige and oh my gosh, everything that I had heard was true. This is a beautiful foundation. It comes in a little dropper applicator. It comes out light and a little serum-y again. What I have found about this foundation is that the coverage is so beautiful and so very skin-like. It's what I have on my face today. And again, this formula is so easy to work with. It blends in beautifully, doesn't sit on top of my skin looking like foundation. It just sinks in, looks skin-like, and offers a beautiful medium coverage. This formula is a little more matte than the other two. However, that doesn't mean that I can't glow it up a little bit with highlighter and a finishing powder. I am so surprised at how good this formula looks on my skin. Truly, the first time I used it, I kept looking at my face because it had just sunk in, looked like nothing was on my face, and yet my complexion looked so much smoother and so much more even. Definitely a foundation favorite for me for 2020, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage, and again, I'm in Sand Beige. The next category is concealers, and you guys are going to be so disappointed about this. What I can say about concealers is I didn't find a single concealer in 2020 that I absolutely loved and was over the moon about. What I did find are a couple of concealers that look pretty good. I seem to have this ongoing relationship with concealers. I have yet to find one that I can say, oh my gosh, this is my holy grail. It looks fantastic. It always works beautifully. It never makes my under eyes look funky or more wrinkly. I just haven't found a formula like that yet. Hopefully in 2021. However, this year I can say that I found two concealers, one high-end and one drugstore, that I feel are very, very good and are better than all the others, probably 30 or 35 that I've tried throughout the year. The first one is the higher end version, and this is the Pretty Vulgar Concealer. And I have the color Little White Lies. This concealer comes with a standard doe foot applicator, and it has just that little bit of tilt to it, which I appreciate. Here's what I love about this concealer. It's very, very hydrating. So when I put it on underneath my eyes, I don't feel like it's dry or too heavy underneath my eyes. It does blend in very, very smoothly and does a good job of covering up my blue under eye circles. I can't say it's the fullest coverage that I've ever experienced. It definitely is a nice combination between being hydrating and offering enough coverage to make me feel like it's worth it. This doesn't end up breaking up throughout the day and doesn't make my under eyes feel drier as the day goes on. This is a good color for my skin. However, I can't say that it's a brightening color. So if you're looking for a very hydrating concealer, I can say this is one of the best ones that I've found this year. My drugstore favorite for the year is the Truly Yours concealer from Joah. Joah is a little harder to find as well. I found this at CVS. This particular concealer comes with one of those little sponge tips at the top. Does anyone ever open up any type of makeup product with a sponge tip and go, oh goody? I know, I just ripped that sucker right on off. So now it just twists up and the product comes out through this tube. Here's what I like about this concealer. It again is very, very hydrating and has enough coverage to make me feel like it's done a good job of knocking down the purple underneath my eyes. This is in the color Brightener, and I like the fact that it does brighten my under eyes. It's what I have on my eyes today, and you can see that it adds just a little bit of brightness to really open up the eye area. Again, this does not dry down and make my under eyes feel drier throughout the day. It doesn't break up and look cakey after a couple of hours. What I can tell you between the two of these, the Pretty Vulgar and the Joah, I feel like the Joah is just as good for a much, much lower price. If you can't find Joah in one of your local stores, you can order it online. It is part of the Kiss product line, which I find very interesting. So between all the concealers that I tried this year, and I tried a ton, I'll have to say that these two are my favorites. I do have an absolute winner in the concealer department, and that is this Real Techniques brush. I had shared earlier in the year that I had brush envy when I would see the younger YouTubers putting on concealer underneath their eyes with a brush, and I thought, oh, I'd love to be able to do that, but I didn't think that my crinkly under eyes would work very well with a brush application. I tried this Real Techniques brush, and I believe I got it in a 2-brush set. And if I can find it, I'll go ahead and link it down below. I now absolutely love putting my concealer on with this brush. So I'll tap a little bit of concealer in between my 2 fingers and place it underneath my eyes, and then I'll blend it in with this brush. I like the ease of application, and I also like the fact that I can blend the concealer in here, get most of the product where I need it, and then just feather it out towards the outside corner of my eye with the brush. So If you're looking for a brush that will do a good job underneath your eyes, I can highly recommend this. It's my favorite way to put on my concealer now. Now we're on to bronzers, and I have two products that I want to share with you. Again, one is high-end and one is drugstore. The high-end is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. This is fairly new to me. I think I got it towards the end of November. Here's what I love about this contour wand. It contours my face like nothing else I've found so far. It's what I'm using on my face today. It really beautifully sculpts out my cheekbones, around my forehead, and underneath my chin. It's a fabulous color, although when you first open it up, it looks way, way dark. This is in the color Fair Light, and you can see it right here. It looks extremely dark, doesn't it? However, once you start shearing it out, it really does become quite the beautiful contour color. Here's the caveat I have for this particular product. It's a little bit fussy. What I mean by that is if I'm not really paying attention to my application and really using the right application process, it turns into a hot mess. What I have found is that using my stippling brush, and again, this is a real technique, stippling brush, with this product is really the only way that I can get it on my skin to look nice. I have had this product fail on me several times, user error, because I wasn't doing it right or I wasn't paying attention. What I have found is that I need to do one area of my face at a time, put a little bit on, blend it out with a stippling brush, so it takes more time and it takes more effort in that I've really got to pay attention. However, I can say if I was going to a fancy event or wanted my makeup to look perfect, this is what I would use. It just takes a little bit more attention when I'm applying it. So Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, I'm in the color Fair Light. I think for the price, it's probably a pretty good deal, and I'm probably always going to have it in my collection. The second bronzer is going to be no surprise to any of you. It is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It. I love this bronzer. First of all, look at that pan size for a drugstore price. This bronzer goes on so beautifully, so soft. The color is lovely. This is the color 01 Light. What I love about this bronzer is that it always works well. It is easy to put on. I don't have to think very much. It contours beautifully. It gives my face just a little bit of warmth that I need. It never looks patchy or powdery. It's just a beautiful, beautiful product. Whereas the Hollywood Contour Wand takes a little bit more effort. This takes no effort at all and always looks terrific. I use my pointed powder brush from e.l.f. to apply this. It works beautifully, quick, fast, and I've got a nice bronzed look on my face. The next category is blush, and I have two blush lines I want to talk about, and I think both of them can pretty much be considered drugstore. The first line is the baked blushes from Milani. I love these blushes, and you can see as I have several colors in this blush line. Each one of these colors is beautiful, goes on seamlessly, so easily, and just looks great on the skin. Here they are all swatched. This is Dulce Pink. This is Red Vino. This is Luminosa, which is one of the most popular blushes in the line. And this last one is Berry Amore. As you can see, this blush line has just the slightest bit of glow and luminosity to it. So it just looks so very pretty on the skin. Today I'm wearing Luminoso, and it has been one of my favorite blush colors for quite a while now. For an affordable, really beautiful blush line, I think the baked blushes from Milani, you just really can't go wrong. The next blush product is from Honest Beauty, and this is their cream blush line. This is a fairly new blush in my collection, and I think I've had it for about 2 months now. What I love about this product is the formula. It is just so creamy and so smooth, and looks so beautiful on the skin, particularly for my more textured, mature skin. This is in the color Rose Pink, and you can see just how very, very beautiful it is. What I love about these blushes is they look so natural on the skin. This has been so easy to work with, and oh my gosh, the look every time I've used this is just beautiful. I keep telling myself that I'm going to buy more colors in this line. I haven't yet. but I'm looking forward to testing out more colors in the new year. I'm really kind of falling in love with cream products on my cheeks because they just look so beautiful and sink into the skin in such a lovely way. Very high praise for this cream blush formula from Honest Beauty. Now we're on to highlighters, which I think is one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine. There's just something about putting on a highlighter that is so much fun and just adds a wonderful radiance and glow to the skin. The first product I want to talk about is probably my all-time favorite, all-around, most valuable player in my highlighter collection that I can always count on. It goes on quick and easy, looks beautiful always, and is so very affordable. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter. I have the color Molten Rose Gold, and you can see it's been well loved. What I love about this highlighter is it is just so very reliable and always so very good. It goes on really creamy. The formula feels, just so yummy going on the skin. It's a beautiful color. It adds a little bit of glow without being over the top. A white stripe on my cheeks. It doesn't settle into my pores or fine lines and wrinkles. It just performs beautifully every time I use it. You can see just how pretty that glow is. It just is so seamless and beautiful. No glitter flecks, just a beautiful, nice, glowy finish. If I was to say just one highlighter, I would go with the Maybelline Master Glow. The next highlighter I want to talk about is a product that I don't think gets enough love in the beauty community. I love this palette. This is the Revolution Soph X Highlighter Palette. You can see right here what a generous palette this is, and there's 8 shades throughout here, and every single one of them is beautiful. This is such an affordable palette, and to get this much product with this many different highlighter colors, I think is just a great bargain. If you're looking for a lot of bang for your buck, I would say this is a beautiful choice. Here's the top row of this palette swatched on my hand, and you can see, oh my gosh, they're all so very beautiful, and each one is just a little bit unique, has a little bit different shift and color to it. I have loved every single one of these formulas, and I've had this palette for, gosh, I think over a year now. It was one of the first larger highlighter palettes I purchased, and I still love it to this day. If you're looking for a good value in highlighters, I can tell you this Soph X palette from Revolution, I don't think you can go wrong. The last highlight product I want to share today is the L'Oreal Lumi Lotion. I love this stuff. I had been planning on picking this up for a long time. I finally did, and then it sat in my makeup collection for a few months before I ever even tried it. I have no idea why. I just didn't get around to it. And when I finally did, oh my gosh, I was blown away. This is such a beautifully versatile product. You get a ton of product at a drugstore price, and it is so pretty on the skin. It comes in this little squeezy tube, and you can see it comes out in just sort of a thicker serum formula. You can use this for so many different applications. It is so very versatile. First of all, you could use it underneath your foundation in a very, very light application if you want to add a little bit of glow to your face, or you could just use it on the high points of your face to add a little bit extra to where you want it. I have used this both underneath my foundation and as a highlighter, and even on the lids of my eye, just to add a little bit of emphasis to my eyelids. It is a beautiful formula. It feels terrific on the skin. There is so much product in here. I would imagine it's going to take me more than a year to go through this, even with using it a lot. So if you're looking for a very fun, very versatile product at a great drugstore price, I can tell you this Lumi Lotion is a winner. I'm going to finish up with powders now, and I can tell you all 3 of the powders I'm going to be sharing are absolute staples in my makeup routine. Non-negotiable, don't change them out, use them all the time, and they're all fabulous. The first I want to share is this number 7 Lift Illuminate powder. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know this is what I use to set my under eyes. This powder is so soft, so finely milled, so gentle. I use this in a big fluffy brush and set my under eyes with it every time I do my makeup. It has never failed me. It doesn't make my eyes look cakier or more wrinkly. It is just a beautiful powder at a drugstore price. Sometimes I do use this to set the rest of my face. However, the big love with this powder for me is as an under eye setting powder. The next powder love in my life is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is a cult classic with so many people. This is a pressed powder formula, and I have it in the color 100 or transparent. Again, this is a very, very light powder, and when you put your brush in here, you don't get a lot on your brush, so it's really easy to set down your face without getting too much powder on your face. I use this almost every time I do my makeup to set my T-zone. It does a beautiful job, taps in beautifully, and just keeps my makeup in place in just the most lovely way. You guys saw this last one coming. The Milani Prep Set and Glow is without a doubt one of my favorite makeup products for the entire year. I use this as a finishing powder, and you can see how much I've loved it, but there's still so much left in the pan. I just want to keep using it until it's all gone. And yes, I do have 2 backups in my makeup collection. There is something about this powder that just adds the most beautiful, subtle glow to my skin. I have it on today, and what I'll do is when I'm all finished with my makeup, before I put on my setting spray, I'll lightly dust this over my entire face, then put on my setting spray, and by gosh, the finish on my skin is just so very beautiful. I have used the Hourglass ambient powders in the past, and to be honest with you, I prefer this one. It's a light powder. It is so beautiful on the skin. It comes in at a drugstore price, so definitely the Milani Prep Set and Glow, probably one of my favorite all-time makeup products. There we have part 1 of the best of 2020 for us over 50 gals with mature skin. I hope you found this fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Be sure you join me for all 5 parts of the best of 2020. I'm really excited to share my best picks in the other categories with you. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.